It's hard to believe it's been almost a year now that I've been driving truck. It was July of 2019 when I got accepted into the Get Your CDL program. And just last night it dawned on me that next month will mark my 1-year anniversary at Roehl. Only a few people outside my family and close friends know my story. That is, how I got into truck driving. So I'd like to share that with you. And you'll see how easy and quick it is to start your career as a truck driver here at Roehl just by following 6 simple steps. And then I'll also talk briefly about the mileage agreement. If we go back about 3 years, I was working 2 part-time jobs. Both of them were jobs I enjoyed and both paid very well. And between the 2 of them, I was making a very decent full-time wage. Now, it was a little over 2 years of doing that when in the span of about 30 days, I encountered some extremely bad luck and ended up losing both of those jobs. Now, it didn't take but a few months for monthly obligations to fall behind. Car payment, mortgage, I was making partial payments on utilities and credit cards, and just was not a good situation to be in. I had to do something quick, and it just was not easy to find a job where I lived. I wasn't going to go back to either one of the ones I had. I wanted to do something new. And one of the things that for many years, decades actually, that I thought I could do and do well was drive a big rig. So I started looking into that. I thought it would be something simple like walk into my DMV, pay for a commercial driver's license, and then go apply somewhere and find a local truck driving job. And I quickly found out it was going to be a lot more difficult and expensive than that. So I left the DMV with some study material. This is the book I used, Michigan Commercial Driver's License Manual. And I went home, got online like so many people do for so many things nowadays, right? Google is your best friend. And I found some local listings for truck driving jobs. But they all required the 2 things that I did not have: a Class A commercial driver's license and 6 months minimum of over-the-road driving experience. So I think it was later that evening, I ran into my neighbor who happens to be my wife's first cousin, and he also works at the local university, and he told me that they had a truck driving school there. And that sounded great until he told me how much that cost. The best that I can remember, he said it was $5,000. Well, I didn't have that money. I was out of a job, behind on bills. No bank was going to give me a signature loan, and I didn't have anything that I could use for collateral. So I got back online later in the evening and started searching for my options. And I had no idea that such a thing was available, but I started seeing a bunch of results for paid CDL training. I actually found a handful of trucking companies online that offered paid CDL training. So I began to look into their safety records, and I read a bunch of online reviews. And based upon what I was looking for in a training program, as well as a company to drive for after training, I found the GYCDL program at Roehl Transport to be the most attractive. So it was Sunday that I completed the online application, and it was the next morning, so Monday at 10:30 a.m. thereabouts, I received a phone call. It was a recruiter from Roehl, and I had an interview for this position over the phone. When my interview was done, my recruiter told me she'd call me back within 2 days. So it was Wednesday when I received that call from her. She asked me if I was ready to take the commercial learner's permit test. When I told her that I was, she scheduled my DOT physical and drug test for Thursday morning. And that ended up being at a clinic about 70 miles from my house. So I went there for that, walked out of there with my federal medical card, and I went straight to the DMV in that little city and took my commercial learner's permit test passed it on the first try. I was so excited. As soon as I got back into my car, I called my recruiter and gave her the good news. And she gave me a start date of Monday. So like that Monday, 3 days later. Now, truth be told, that was a little bit too soon for me. And I asked her if I could possibly start a week later. And she accommodated. She gave me a start date of the second Monday from there. So now you all know my story. That's how quick and easy it was for me to get into this program, and I don't see any reason why any of you can't do the same. Let's talk really quick about the mileage agreement. So when you get hired by Roehl through the Get Your CDL program, you will enter into an agreement with the company as part of getting hired. So the company will provide you with, in addition to professional training and driver support, 30 days free hotel stay, 30 days free breakfast and lunch, and they'll also pay you a wage for every day during phase 1 and 2 of training. After that, you will earn your mileage rate. So your part of the agreement is to complete training, get your CDL, and then stay on for 120,000 solo miles. That's what my agreement says. Now, when you consider that I drive between 10 and 12,000 miles per month, you'll see that that equates to somewhere around a year. Now, that year goes by very quickly. We make good money, we get to drive good trucks, and we are taken care of by fleet managers and maintenance. So what more really can you ask for? So if this video helped you decide if Roehl Transport is the company that you will look to for CDL training, I'm happy for that. Look for me around one of our training terminals. I get to them on a regular basis, and I'll see you out there on the road.